This video goes more in depth about Lucifer and the history of what they did to humans. I like to call it the fact that Lucifer is not into psychology, police work, enlightenment, or anything that is good or holy. They tried to rewire and rebrand religion without a father or sin as its backbone in order to solely get people away from religion. Lucifer led people astray from and to a new substructure of the human belief system and cultural systems of the age to make people, eventually, not religious and give up on the old world God and Judeo-Christian values, as a sort of Trojan horse enlightenment was used as. What I'm trying to say is that they always were trying to subvert humanity and make them sin, but it wasn't exactly always like this. For a while, they wanted humans just living and working, and they didn't really care if who or what they were praying to, as long as humans were in pain and they barely had any technology and weren't that happy. And then once I got here last time, they said, oh, well, if this sin stuff is real, we're going to subvert humans away from torturing themselves. When I say torture themselves, I mean, no technology, no entertainment. People would pray all day, and people would have to walk and work so hard for just a meal or just a drink, and people would fast themselves and hurt themselves and sacrifice each other just thinking that God wanted them to do it. So once Lucifer thought that sin was real, they said, well, let's do the opposite now. Let's give all these humans technology and freedom and rights and do it slowly so they think it's normal and natural, and we'll just make them sin, and then some other guy will torture them, and we'll take everyone down with us. So Lucifer is nothing but a copycat. They want to pretend and make a straw man argument that the Christian God is against human freedom and knowledge and freedom of choice, etc. They always use the fact as God versus humans or left versus right. They have tried many ways to make God look bad and Satanism look enticing. And I don't just mean Satanism, I just mean like life without a God. Living life without praying. Living life without being thankful and grateful. Living life without, well, a God. Satanists do not know or fully understand fully what Satanists are up to, the real ones at the top that are actually the devil, and would be disgusted to find out they would actually mostly prefer me to the real life Satan. God does not hate equality, women, sexuality, or trans and gay people. God wants and needs a perfect balance for all humans that make the most amount of people happy per minute, that is sustainable across time with a perfect balance using responsible usage of time, maximum amount of hobbies and talents, cultures and subcultures that guide human beings properly along their life journey with experiences that can be watched over by a God to help people find meaning in life and something that sustains their happiness every day, all day, no matter what. This is the optimal goal of a heaven on earth. I do not preach an exact religion to do this. I am only using a moral compass that the 7 deadly sins and 10 commandments are real, meaning me, Jesus, was not a Christian last time. I was like a different type of religious person that wasn't exactly Jewish or Christian. This doesn't mean that only Christians get love, as every Christian seems to view me a little differently. Meaning, I don't want just Christians to get love. I want everyone to get love, every human, no matter what religion. And some people that aren't even Christian are more holy and forgiving than some Christians, believe it or not. I might be able to have people that aren't even Christian love me more than some of the higher up or more religious, supposedly, Christians, because they'll be too brainwashed, they'll be too zealoted, they'll be too, boxed into how they think Jesus has to be. They won't want to be my friend. They won't want to hang out with me. They won't want to learn from me. They'll think they know more. They'll think I'm the Antichrist. If you were a Christian, you would acknowledge that some of you are not telling the truth or having your heart in it, and meaning it, and understanding what the Bible is really preaching. It is not about indoctrination. I'm only after finding a unique and harmonious balance for all humans, where humans will find a sustainable culture, an economy, and a level of experiences and happiness that will last a lifetime. This does not require a specific race, gender, religion, or anything, but acceptance of God and all things holy, forgiveness, love, peace, unity, wisdom, understanding. I need humans to seek more than materialistic gain and pleasure while still getting to enjoy the pleasures of life, such as entertainment and sexuality, as long as it does not hinder their or anyone else's spiritual and religious/personal development. I want to give humanity a new dream that isn't just about going to school to get a job and getting married. I want personal, religious, spiritual development for all, that all will intertwine with each other, and everyone will love one another and learn from each other at the same time as being harmonious without war, both physical and mental. No more will humans be distracted and put down just to work and procreate to feed into the satanic machine that makes people into workhorses and part of the system that is blinded from not only religion, but from, in a way, what is good, what isn't good, what should and shouldn't be prioritized when. Like this page started, Lucifer is not into psychology, police work, human freedom, or anything they suppose they're into. It is just to divert people from their religion and make you sin when they do not understand what God really is like. Just like the humans, only the Father will know the Son, and the Son will know the Father. Lucifer, the Illuminati, Satan, the devil, the serpent, the dragon, the Freemasons, it's all the same thing. The Freemasons at the top, at least, does not know anything about God and religion, and just like the religious people and even zealots they are trying to divert, they do not understand the core principle of God and therefore misinterpret the intentions God has for humanity, which is, as I stated, in all evidence can be found in the words of the Bible and me. When you understand that your priorities with what rules and laws are more important, God's mission on earth is to make a perfect balance and make humans as happy as possible and sin the least while retaining the most amount of freedom and joy, and much more. This takes studying all aspects of humanity and requires psychological perspectives to do so. Wisdom and concepts from all religions, cultures, and eras are needed to be combined into the perfect humanity. Zealotry is not needed ever. Meaning, my mission from God is to get the 7 deadly sins and 10 commandments to be known by all people and combine wisdom from all people, whether they were Christian or not, and help find help make humans find peace, whether they're Hindu or Muslim or Jewish or Christian or even atheist. It doesn't matter. I wouldn't punish someone just because they didn't know who I was. That doesn't make any sense. Would you punish someone if they didn't know who you were? There is no reason to be divided, one race or religion versus another. Every wise word does not need to be in the Bible. If it is Jesus saying it anyways, even if it's elsewhere when it's his opinion, as in me. Just so you know. What I mean is that God's mission is to make humanity. On my Facebook, I don't really talk about being Jesus, so I kind of gotta word it a little bit differently. And sustainable throughout time with the most amount of hobbies and pleasurable activities, while having the least amount of self-destructive behaviors and cultures and subcultures that are sinful in nature. Psychology, statistics, wisdom from all corners of the earth throughout all history, quotes from all perspectives and religions and races are accepted. What I mean is that God's mission is to make humanity the best and happiest it can be, and sustainable. Meaning, have you ever been so happy that the next few weeks didn't seem right? While having the least amount of self-destructive behaviors. All religions, races are accepted under God. If every single person who loved God understood God as much as me, people would not argue with my mission. Meaning, I'm Jesus Christ. I'm the Son of God. If you knew me, as in my Father, I and the Father are one. If you've known him, you've known me. If you've seen him, you've seen me. If you've seen me, you've seen him. You don't understand that God doesn't just love Christians. God would never, ever just love someone because of one religion or race or another. God loves all people no matter what, and wants to find all people loving God. I mean, I would hope that people that are Muslim, Jewish, even atheists, Hindu, whatever religion, even lesser known religions, even tribal religions, would come together and love me and my Father if I could show them a better way. If I could show them that their gods are me in some weird, strange way. Even the Hindu gods, where it's like Shiva, the destroyer and creator of the universe, that's what's talked about in Revelations. A lot of the gods all across time are just different parts to life and to God. The Greek gods, the Roman gods are like emotions sometimes. There's so much to understand about the fact that I'm God and I'm back trying to talk to people. And if you look at all my videos, I'm clearly not schizophrenic or delusional. If you really look at every single thing I'm saying, every single thing that I've recorded, you have to understand that you have to listen very carefully to me and not judge. Because Lucifer wants people to think I'm the Antichrist. Lucifer wants people to think I'm a false messiah. Lucifer wants people to think I'm just some random human or a schizophrenic or a crazy person. Lucifer wants all you to be in these individual boxes where it's like, I'm on the left, I have to believe like this. I'm on the right, I have to believe like this. I'm white, I have to be like this. I'm black, I have to be like this. I'm like this, I'm like this, I'm like that, I'm like that. I can only be like this or like this or like that or like that. And it's like, and anything else is what the other group would do. And humans don't really think that they think like this, but they wouldn't know. I mean, some of the stuff I talk about might sound like a conspiracy theory, but it's actually not, because it's actually real. I mean, last time I sounded crazy too. And this time, of course I'm going to sound crazy, if not more crazy. People last time knew God, but they're blinded. Even the people that supposedly pray to me. There's a girl that said, one day Jesus will talk to me, but it's not now. It's like she's proud of it. She's like, one day Jesus will talk to me, but not now. How do you know? The next time? So how would you know if it was your Jesus? Because if you're expecting magic powers, that's not true. Those are all metaphors. The turning water into wine, I made people grateful for not having wine. Healing the blind, I made people see God and be more grateful. There are so many things I did that were just metaphors. Making bread fall from the sky, I told people to eat less. I made people grateful and mindful and told them to pray while they were eating. And gave bread out and broke it in half. Now you have twice as much bread. And your soul is just as happy, right? And now look at them, they're happy. So you should be grateful for me doing this to you and be happy that they're happy. It was so simple that I would never want humans to not like me. But it was just, that's what happened. I came down and I just taught people how to eat correctly. You don't eat 10 pieces of bread when that guy is 2. And we don't need money. You can just give him a couple pieces of bread and then he can have 4 and you have like 4 and then you give your bread out and everyone eats good. And now I see a movie and it depicts me as having bread fall from the sky and having thousands of people eat. Well, why weren't they all my disciples then? Why wouldn't I just be king of the world back then too? If I could do that. So, I hope someone can understand that this is basically modern day preaching while I'm under attack. Getting attacked by demons in so many different ways you humans might not understand. So everyone who watches this video, please share it and just share it with every single person you know, because this is serious. If you look at every single video, I'm sorry if I don't sound as serious as I should, but it's starting to feel, I know there's humans out there, but it's starting to feel like there's just no humans. Everyone's just demonically possessed, everyone's demons, everyone's sinning, no one's doing anything right or good, and everyone's blinded and brainwashed. I mean, that's literally what me, Jesus Christ, is thinking. Everyone's just too brainwashed to even see me. No one, I could go online and say, I'm Jesus Christ, I've returned, and I have full evidence that I've been waiting and preparing for all the people. And just, no one will even say, yeah. Not one person will say, he's back, he has evidence that he prepared for before he even got back in human form for us all? Oh my god, it might be him. No one will even think it. So I guess I'm just gonna have to wait until all of you guys know that there's World War III going on and like there's earthquakes everywhere and famines to the point where people are gonna be begging for someone to step up and say they're Jesus. And I'm gonna have all this evidence online saying I've been here the whole time warning everyone of it. So it doesn't have to be like that. I could have people hanging out with me right now warning everyone. It doesn't have to get to the point where it's too late. But it'll never be too late. If you believe in God, it'll never be too late. It just feels like everyone's so brainwashed that it's like being friends with not even a human, like a monkey. Like you guys are all just like last time I came here, and I said you were all children of the devil. I want people to be better than children of the devil. I want people to be better than monkeys. I came here to save humans. I don't want to find out that everyone's just brainwashed monkeys. But I would save people anyways.